Now, this, on the other hand, it's more different as the matches were booked. It was the way they finished what was the awkward part. This first X Division match, it's an X Division, the Ultimate X match. Why did they have to use a ladder to get up to the belt?
Because of Samoa Joe, I'm guessing.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because Samoa Joe's been in Ultimate X matches before. And he's done the fucking rope climb thing before. So it doesn't make sense why they had to use a ladder to fuck...
Just because it's an Ultimate X match doesn't mean you can't use a ladder.
No, but that's the thing.
The point of the match is to climb across on the rope.
Yeah.
No, it's to grab the thing in the middle.
No, but they
Well, if that's the case, then why is there the fucking ropes then?
Yeah, why didn't you just make it a ladder match, Strike? That's the thing. It's to get the belt in the middle, but what's the point of having the Ultimate X match if you're not going to use the X-shaped ropes on the top to get the belt?
Remember, Team 3D carried one another to try and get over there. And then you had like a Ultimate X match with like somebody in Abyss.
But yeah,
when
here's the
Abyss
thing.
was heel with Hogan.
They didn't use a fucking ladder to get the belt. No, they didn't. They rarely ever use the ladder in the Ultimate X matches, and the ladder was never used to get the belt. If it was ever used, it was used to do a spot, not to get the belt.
No, it was trying. No, that match with Abyss was used to get the briefcase or whatever. I don't even know who the other person was, but was it Mr. Anderson?
Are you sure it was an Ultimate X match? Because
I'm pretty sure it was an Ultimate X match.
No.
Hang on, you two keep talking about this. I'll look it up.
Yeah. John, look it up, because I'm pretty sure Abyss never has been in an Ultimate X match.
Because whoever was in it was like really hurt. And
was it a singles match? Was it one-on-one?
Yeah, but it was.
Then it wasn't an Ultimate X match.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
They did it so that
I'm pretty sure
whoever was against Abyss, they were all hurting, so they couldn't climb the ropes.
No,
so he got the ladder so he could.
I don't think they've ever done a singles Ultimate X match.
Yeah.
Then what am I remembering with Abyss and that one guy?
Who knows, man?
Actually, he might be right. Abyss has been in an Ultimate X match.
Against who?
Kazarian, at least.
It was it singles?
No, he hasn't been in an Ultimate X match, but he's won the X Division title.
Yeah, he's won the X Division title. He hasn't been in an Ultimate X match.
He hasn't been in... It was just a normal X Division match as well. I mean, a singles match.
Yeah.
No tricks there, so...
Yeah. Abyss wouldn't be able to do an Ultimate X match because he's too fat to even hold on to those ropes. Plain and simple.
You would need a ladder.
No, but... Oh my god. Okay, we're moving on. I'm not arguing this point anymore.
Moving on before we kill each other.
Exactly.
Do you think the reason why they had to bring a ladder was because Hardy was injured?
What was he injured from?
I don't know, but he never climbed the ropes. He never really took a big spot either.
Maybe he just isn't physically able to do those big spots anymore?
Who? Maybe. Because it was...
Hardy.
And why was he in the match?
Climbing the ropes were Sabre, Manic, and Aries.
Because they needed Hardy on the show, and there was no other spot to put him in.
Could put him in the Ethan Carter match.
That's because Hardy drew big tonight.
Yeah. The entire Ultimate X match was weird because there were not as many spots as you would see in an Ultimate X match. This is a very watered down Ultimate X match. They barely used the actual ropes. They
just had to use a ladder.
Yeah. No, that's what we were talking about.
A ladder.
But you decided to go take a piss.
That's a dump.
Oh, well, that's just so much better.
Isn't it?
So yeah, the most awkward part about it was how the match ended with the ladder. Sabin, Velvet Sky came in to distract, essentially. Sabin, got Velvet Sky into the ring to distract Hardy. And while Hardy was distracted with Velvet, Sabin scaled the ladder. Hardy saw that Sabin was on the ladder, so he went up it really quick. And while both of them were on top of the ladder at the same time, and Hardy was attacking Sabin, Sabin, without selling any of Hardy's attacks, grabs the belt and drops down and is the new X Division champion. It felt weird. Like, there was no communication on the top of that ladder. Something about the ending of that match felt like it didn't go the way they wanted it to go. I don't know why. Just watching it felt off.
There should have never been a ladder in the match to begin with.
Yeah.
Ultimate X does not have ladders.
Tell it to Strike.
But they have guys stacking on top of each other.
Strike.
Strike will argue something until he's blue in the face if he's wrong. So ignore it.
Well, you say you can't use a ladder, but you can use two people stacked on top of each other.
It's called a weight thing. Bully Ray, you talking about the Team 3D when they were in it?
Yeah.
It's probably called because of a weight thing. They were too heavy, quote unquote, to climb the ropes.
So they can't use a ladder?
There's been 32 Ultimate X matches, Strike. How many of those matches have used a ladder?
At least one.
Thank you. Guess what? It happened tonight.
Exactly.
All of those other matches didn't have a
And
ladder.
At least.
Shut up, you're wrong. Shut up.
Oh, really?
Shut up,
This-
shut up.
This wasn't in an X Division match.
I
or
never
Ultimate
said,
X.
what?
No, okay.
What?
Mike was not on that conversation, right?
I never said he was in ever in Ultimate X.
Well, somebody did.
No, Abyss was in an X Division match. He was never
No,
in
he
an
wasn't
Ultimate
in Ultimate
X
X.
match.
He
He
was.
wasn't.
He was in an
I linked it
Ultimate
in the
X?
chat.
He didn't win the title, though.
He was in an Ultimate X.
A
Against
single
Kendrick.
Ultimate-
Against Kendrick?
Yeah.
Brian Kendrick?
Yeah.
It's in chat right now.
Yeah, someone, link me. Because I cannot, I'm not. On June 12th at Summerversary 9, Abyss successfully defended the title in a three-way match against Kazarian and Brian Kendrick. And Abyss received the rematch for the title for the Ultimate X match, but was unable to regain the title. If you can find me... Oh, look what John posted. There we go. TNA official Don Callis received on-screen credit for the idea for the Ultimate X match. The tagline "No limits and no ladders" was added to the first match to emphasize the change.
There you go. Ultimate X is not a ladder match.
Except for two
Every-
matches.
Every
What
Ultimate
was?
X
Wait. What was the other match?
Probably Abyss and Kendrick.
He never used a ladder in that match.
Oh, really? Then how would he climb up the ropes?
You're wrong. Shut up.
Why
Okay.
are we still talking
Stop.
about this?
Guess what?
When
We're
you're
moving
wrong.
on. Guess what? We're moving on.
You don't know how annoying that is. When you're
Bad
wrong, you're
influence. Okay, Mike. Bad influence makes their way to the ring, and they're talking crap because they lost their tag match or the tag team gauntlet match. This causes Eric Young to come out and says that they made a big mistake and they better run right now. Bad influence attacks Eric Young, and this causes the man himself, Abyss, to come out. Fucking Joseph Park is nowhere to be found. That's fucking weird. I wonder why. And
Did he have a ladder for Ultimate X?
and Abyss extends a hand to Eric Young, so it looks like we're going to be seeing Abyss returning to TNA TV and possibly teaming with Young for 2 weeks until TNA forgets that was an actual tag team.
Will he bring the TV title with him?
No.
He stole the TV champion.
Yeah, but no.
They strike.
Most likely they... What?
Has some bad news to strike.
What?
Abyss didn't use a ladder in the Ultimate X match.
He did.
Ooh!
So he tried to climb up the ladder. Or
Oh
the
my
ropes?
God, Strike! You're wrong. Shut up before you
No.
kick from the call.
I'm
And what he
legitimately
did was,
asking.
You're
support.
legitimately wrong. This is what
I'm
I was
losing
told.
brain cells.
I was
This is
trying
what-
to ask how Abyss was doing that because I
This-
thought he could do the ropes.
This is what I told you the other day. You argue until you're blue in the face when you're wrong, and you know you're wrong, and you continue to argue it.
So I'm not allowed to ask how he did it.
you're not allowed to drop the conversation because you were proven.
Look it up for yourself.
I can
know.
tell you how he did it. I'm literally just flicked through the match. What he tries to do is take the support for the Ultimate X structure out so that it falls to the floor so he can just pick it up.
That's interesting.
I love how
Oh,
TNA
it's
has everybody in this call pissed off. I love
No,
it.
it's usually when somebody tries to argue when they're blue in the face and when they're wrong, and you have to
It's funny
continuously
because
argue.
it's
Mike,
funny
didn't you
because
think John Cena was using steroids illegally?
Oh my god, yeah, and you continue to argue it until I gave up.
Oh, God.
Because you're wrong.
No.
I even linked the wellness policy in
No.
every single instance of
Talk about
steroids.
It's enough, Strike. Strike, I'm telling you, it's enough.
Non-medical use.
I'm telling you, that's enough.
the World Tag Team Championship match, Gunner and James Storm versus the Bromans, and we forgot to mention that Mr. Olympia himself, whatever his fucking name is, Phil Jackson.
Phil
You
Heath.
could fucking pass my name. He big buff dude. He's broing out with the Bromans, and with an illegal clothesline, according to Danae, the Bromans win the new tag team championships. Whatever.
Question. What clothesline was illegal?
Apparently during the match, the ref, Robbie E distracted the ref by throwing in a tag belt into the ring. The ref was getting rid of the belt, and Robbie E climbs the turnbuckle, lands a clothesline on Gunner, I believe, and Tenay, on Storm. And Tenay, because he can't read his script properly, decides to call it an illegal clothesline behind the referee's back.
I was never made aware that there's such thing as an illegal clothesline.
Exactly. I was like looking up online when he said it. I'm like, what the fuck is an illegal clothesline? What the fuck is this? So once the ref is looking away, it becomes illegal? You're not supposed to hit anybody unless the referee's watching? Is that the rule?
Yes.
I don't even want to...
I have.
What?
Brain hurt.
Did you not watch that, Mike?
No, I think I zoned out during that match.
Yeah, Tenay called it an illegal clothesline, and Robbie E pinned Storm for the win, and they become new tag team champions. So, the Bromans, Mike's favorite team of all time, are the new tag team TNA champions. Woo 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 woo.
I have 3 points to bring up.
Yeah.
There was one stage where either Robbie or Jesse was the legal person in, and Storm covers them, and then the other Bromance member save for the pin. And then the person who got pinned rolls out the ring, and then Storm just beats up the person who's illegal.
You're giving the Bromans too much credit, I think. that they can call a match alongside Storm and Gunner. Like, if anybody should have been carrying that match and who should have been in the ring full time, it was Storm. Because everything else that happened in that match was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess. It was a weird fucking everything from beginning to end. I made they did one cool spot where Gunner catapulted Robbie E into Jesse. I thought that was cool before, but it's like you get that one moment isn't going to make up for the complete mess you do in the ring.
Yeah.
People jumping in and out. Referees completely lost track of who's supposed to be the legal man. It's just it was, again, awkward. I'll use that word again.
Second question. Why does everyone hate Gunner?
Because Gunner fucking hates $5 wrestling.
Okay. I was legitimately wondering what people's hate of Gunner was, because watching that match, I didn't get the impression that he was bad. I just got the impression he was getting a bit on in age.
Oh no, it happened a couple months ago on Twitter. He decided to talk trash for no good reason on $5 wrestling. And someone associated with $5 Wrestling created a music video, which you can still see on YouTube, called #FuckGunner. And it's just a song where they sing "Fuck Gunner," and it went viral in the internet wrestling community. And then we're here today.
And you know what's funny?
What?
Gunner probably doesn't care.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely.
Why
not.
would he?
Gunner's probably laughing. I'm in TNA, LOL, but you're in $5 Wrestling. LOL.
And fucking what's his name? Freight Train probably still draws more than Gunner ever would.
Whoa.
I'm still waiting for that Freight Train Steen match.
Freight Train's only over because of that promo he cut on Vince McMahon.
No. No. Have you seen the rest of his promos? They are fucking brilliant. It is like fucking. It is like it's like. It's what you should.
You can't even describe it.
Okay. Let's talk about the next match. Oh, not necessarily a match. It was the most useless segment in the show. And it was Sting trying to give Kurt Angle his official Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah, it was a
It was
watch.
a watch.
Oh, it was a watch?
It was a watch.
The ring.
No, I put on Twitter. WWE gives out their Hall of Famers rings. TNA gives theirs watches.
Which are more than what other people are getting paid.
They're not even Rolexes. They're Rolos.
They're cheap Korean knockoffs.
Wait, they're candy?
They're
They're Rolos, yes. They are made of Rolos.
You're giving them packs of candy for their Hall of Fame induction?
Yep.
I'm gonna go to TNA and get inducted to the Hall of Fame now.
Hell yeah.
You don't flippy flip enough.
You don't flippy. Okay, so anyways, let's talk about this segment. What do you guys think of this pathetic segment?
Why did it happen?
Why didn't he say no, like, before?
I don't know.
Right?
We're going to have this dinner for you, and then tomorrow night you're going to say no.
So he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then when they make it how is giving him a watch supposed to make it official? Isn't the ceremony supposed to make it official?
It wasn't a ceremony, it was just a dinner.
But they fucking showed throughout the entire show about how they fucking talked good about Kurt Angle and how he changed the lives of all the wrestlers, and I watched Kurt Angle when I was a fan, and now I get to wrestle him. It's like...
Well, apparently he only gave a 5-minute speech at the Hall of Fame.
5 minutes is a pretty good amount of time.
If you hit bullet points, you don't describe your career.
I wonder how long the actual ceremony was. Was it like, from the looks of it, it looked like a dinner, but...
They rented it out for 30 minutes and they had to film that.
Okay, guys, this is staged. Remember this?
It's
You're eating.
He went on stage, he's like, so I debuted in 06, I wrestled some guys, won the world title, won the tag titles, won the X Division title, wrestled some more guys, main event Mafia, yada yada yada. The end.
Yeah.
That's pretty much probably how it went.
Dixie Carter was on the phone.
Oh man.
May I say that Dixie was looking very hot tonight.
No.
Creepy.
Talking on my take over the show.
Well, guys.
Okay.
Mike, you want me to make you depressed?
I'm already depressed.
Don't look at the Genesis 2013 card.
The Genesis 2013 card?
Yeah.
Why am I looking at that?
Okay. Sorry.
Because you look at how many people are gone from this company, and how many of them could carry the company.
Greg's back. I was ready to take over.
Oh no, yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay.
I have people over and they're trying to do shit. Okay. TNA Knockouts Championship. ODB versus Gail Kim versus Brooke Tessmacher.
Brooke Martinez.
Or how Taz calls OBD.
Just before we go further,
What?
can I strangle Taz with his own headset cord?
Please do.
Do it.
He is by far the worst color commentator in all of wrestling. He puts Lawler to shame.
It's
JBL
Taz.
to shame.
And here's the thing why Taz is bad. While he makes the same punny jokes that Lawler does, you can obviously you can obviously see that Lawler trained Taz for commentary. It's the fact of how much Taz flip-flops in a match. Because you can see how Taz has a lot of respect for everybody in the ring. But when he's playing the heel, he forgets that he's supposed to be part of Aces and Eights. Especially in the Magnus Sting match. Taz was calling that match like he was Taz, not Aces and Eights Taz. If you're not going to stay in kayfabe, don't have a freaking gimmick at all. That's how I see it.
Well, to be fair, he did that when he was in the Alliance on SmackDown.
Yeah.
When it was Alliance versus WWF, he would be neutral for some reason.
Yeah. Taz, he flip-flops more than Alicia Fox on a weekly basis. So,
And she flip-flops a lot.
yeah. Laid Black Bitch came out.
The Barbarian in drag.
The dude looking, I swear to God, if she wasn't a male in the past, I don't know what that thing is.
It's the Barbarian, I'm telling you.
Rasha Khan?
No.
Shaka Khan?
Who's Raja Khan? It's
She was
Raka
that-
Khan.
It was Raka Khan?
Yeah, you gotta pronounce the names correctly.
Huh.
How can you go through wrestling and mispronounce everybody's name?
That's interesting. She's Lady Pa is
It's
Barbarian.
Lady Tapa.
Oh yeah, her uncle is the Barbarian.
That might explain a lot.
Huh.
What TNA needs to do is have Camacho's contract expire, sign him, put him in a dress, and have the new female Faces of Fear.
No. You're telling WWE to drop Camacho when he should be pushed.
Yeah, pushed off a cliff.
Fuck
'Cause
you.
He's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's not doing anything. That's why you give him something to do.
Like what?
Anything.
Job out to some...
Repackage him.
Repackage
He
him.
probably needs to be repackaged. He's not a Mexican. People know he's not a Mexican. Why fucking have him as a Mexican?
Repackaging is the son of Meng.
I'm fine with that.
Give him the Tongan death grip.
Fucking Ming was a complete badass, so if you compare him to Ming, he's like, oh shit. If he's the son of Ming, he's gonna be fucking vicious.
Give him the Tongan death grip. The most lethal submission move in all of wrestling.
If there was anybody I'd repackage, it's Camacho and Hunigo. Because they are two underrated talents that need to be pushed.
I thought you were about to say two underage talents. Like, what?
Oh no, that's JoJo Offerman.
She's not technically underage because she's 18. She's over 18.
19, and no one should be in WWE if you're under the age of 21.
Well, guess what? She is. Well, Paige was.
Cody Rhodes,
No,
Randy
I'm talking
Orton.
about on the road traveling.
Oh.
Is she actually on the road traveling? Because she's only been on Raw once.
No, she's only in NXT, so I don't really count her. Well, now she's 21, so she could go on the
I'm
road.
talking about JoJo.
Oh, JoJo?
JoJo's been on the road quite a number of times.
Is she going week to week?
Yeah, she's traveling with them.
Disgusting.
She's constantly backstage. If you fucking check WWE's Instagram or shit like that, she constantly appears.
I don't want to murder my eyelids.
And she's been on Raw dozens of times. She's just fucking hiding behind Natalia's big, broad shoulders and the other two black people.
The other two black people.
What are their names?
How
Naomi
stereotypical
and the
of you.
monkey one?
Cameron.
Whatever.
How stereotypical of you.
Well, she does look like a monkey. I mean,
That's racist.
she needs to have, like, the Tarzan gimmick.
Oh my god. That goes to Tamina because of her father. No, I'll see myself out.
Oh, you just gave me a good idea.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Tamina and Cameron as the monkeys. And then they come out with the hey, we're the monkeys, we keep saying monkey.
we are not racist people, and that's copyright.
Can they add the monkey into their dancing repertoire?
Oh my God.
they could put El Torito in a fucking monkey costume and have him jump around. Oh man.
Well, we're getting shut down for racism. Well, it was nice having you guys on the show.
Speaking of racism, Kurt Angle was in a match.
What? How does that make him racist?
Well, I mean, he's American, right?
You remember when he had the jungle fever for Charmel?
Oh yeah.
He dated Raka Khan. How can he be racist?
He dated a woman taller than him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could always be like those people who fucking say like, "Oh, I dated a black person, so I could say nigga all the time." It's like, come on, really? Okay, Kurt Angle was copyright. Let's talk about this very awkward match, especially the ending again.
Can I talk about time before the ending now?
At 20 minutes into the match, Angle resets his attack and took Rude to the top rope to deliver a super Angle slam from the top rope. Both men sold on the mat, though, so Angle was unable to make the pin. The ref applied the 10 count. Rude reached his feet at 9. And the ref stopped counting for Angle for some fucking reason. Then Rude collapsed on top of Angle. 3 count, and Angle was apparently dead. Dead. He was dead for a good 5 minutes, and then he decided to get up from the stretcher and walk around.
Yeah.
So, Angle probably took those steroids out of his neck. Fucking
The steroids.
But yeah, it was a 20 fucking minute match.
And I can tell you where nearly every spot of this match came from.
What?
I can tell you where nearly every spot of this match came from.
Where?
Came from for his 2 out of 3 falls match at Judgment Day with Benoit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Angle's got the ankle lock in, and then Rude tries to roll through, and then Angle keeps it on, and then Rude counters the ankle lock into the crossface.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And it's just watching Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle if Chris Benoit was
Still alive.
probably there.
Too soon.
Don't know. I wasn't saying that because it's Bobby Roode.
Not soon enough. Yeah. I was doing it the entire pay-per-view.
Ethan Carter versus Norv Furnham.
Future TNA right there in North.
Norv was played by Peter Ashton, I think. Someone like that. Peter Avalon.
Yeah, that guy.
He's from PWG fame, and he's actually pretty talented. So why he looked like a vanilla midget when he came out? No.
It was that singlet, and because he's actually that small.
Oh yeah, he's super small. And also fucking... you know what? While I love the Ethan Carter gimmick, I don't want to call him Ethan Carter. I want to call him Derek Bateman.
Well, guess what? Guess what?
What?
His name is Ethan Carter.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The Ethan Carter gimmick, it's going to feel weird. He's obviously going to be Dixie Carter's nephew. Which means that they're probably going to keep Dixie as a heel for a while to get Carter over. I don't know. I feel Dixie's going to hurt Ethan more than they're hoping for.
Yeah.
Well, and before Ethan Carter gets released at Genesis.
Probably.
He's going to survive the AJ feud and then get released.
Sting versus Magnus.
Oh my god. This pay-per-view was bad from beginning to start to finish.
No, I thought the matches were alright. It's how every single match ended. It didn't make sense. None of the endings to these matches were...
The only one, as I
Done
said
well.
before this podcast started, the only one I'm happy about is the Knockouts one, because
Because it kind of made
of the
sense.
story.
Yeah, it brought together two people who obviously were not doing anything in TNA. Lade Blackbitch was probably signed for TNA for about a year now, I think.
Well, she won gut check in the summer or something like that.
Yeah. So she's been around for, quite a while. She was doing nothing. And Gail Kim, after her feud with Taryn Terrell, she ended up doing nothing as well.
Yeah.
So it's just to give two people who are doing nothing something, so I'm kind of glad that was happening. But every single match on this card, it was... And especially this match, Sting versus Magnus, it ended weird. It ended awkwardly.
Well, awkward finishes can ruin a match overall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can have an amazing match, but then the finish is like, what? That's why I said the matches were bad, because the finishes can affect the entire matches overall.
And this was one of them.
Essentially, at the end of this match, Magnus had the Texas Cloverleaf, his finisher, on Sting. Sting was not selling it at all. And then he just decides that he's going to tap very slowly, and Magnus let go.
Yeah.
They should have had a pinfall finish. Why are you going to have Sting tap out?
I don't know.
You could have had Magnus do his elbow drop. That
And
beats
then-
people, right?
And then Sting no-solds the fucking Texas Cloverleaf, gets up, kind of just stumbles around the ring trying to get Magnus' attention, while Magnus just walks past him.
Yeah, he's
Constantly.
celebrating. He's celebrating.
He's not humble.
No, he's not humble. He wins.
Yeah. And so, from the looks of it, we're getting a Magnus heel turn.
Why?
No, come on, TNA. Keep him as...
He should remain a face, but LOL TNA.
I don't know. The roster seems so thin right now. I don't even feel like it's either TNA is going to be hiring a bunch of people by the end of this year to fill up a lot of the dead space that they fucking created, or I don't see TNA lasting very long with a roster so thin like this. Like,
Yeah,
how are you supposed to get any variety from a roster? Again, like I said earlier in the podcast, 90% of their current roster was featured on this card. That's not a lot of fucking people.
Who wasn't?
They had who wasn't?
Yeah.
Let me look.
Hector Guerrero, apparently.
My God.
Hector Guerrero was a color commentator,
He's still on their roster page.
but he was still featured on the show.
Jay Bradley,
Who cares about Jay Bradley?
Rockstar Spud,
Who cares about Rockstar Spud?
Kimbo.
Sam Shaw,
Who cares about Seth?
Rob Terry, Kenny King, and that's it. Everybody else is
Zima
on this
Ion.
pay-per-view. Zima Ion's injured, I think, though.
Zima Ion has cancer,
That too.
or had cancer.
But everybody,
I thought he was cancer.
so
He is.
essentially the only people who didn't show up on the card are the fucking jobbers. It's
And that-
sad.
But that should sound like, oh, this should be a great pay-per-view.
Well,
You have a job. You had one jobber match, but that's to debut someone at a pay-per-view, which is kind of a big thing usually, but it just...
But it's
everything
someone they're
felt
not
so
going to bring
slow.
back. Here's the thing. If TNA is going to go back and they're going to start hiring people, because obviously they fucked up the hiring process. They picked, they had Ricochet for a while. They dropped him. They had, Yves, that fucking diva who got dropped by WWE. She was super fucking talented. They picked her. They picked the black bitch over her.
They picked that one masked dude over Adam Pearce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that Max dude anyways?
I don't know where he
I
went.
completely fucking forgot about him. TNA, when it came, I think they need to get rid of a couple people.
Jeff Hardy's one
They
of those people.
they just got rid of Hogan. I agree. They need to get rid of Hardy. If they're gonna keep any veteran, keep Angle. Keep Angle, but I'm not even sure if Angle wants to stay there any longer.
I'd say actually keep Bully. Because he, even though he's approaching that age where a man of his size is not going to be good anymore, he can cut a promo that could get anyone heat.
Yeah.
Like, he just essentially threatened to kill AJ and then steal his family because he'll be a better father or something.
My thing is, if you're gonna keep Bully, he has to be able to contribute. Like, I don't see how he's gonna contribute to anything else except just create another fucking faction all over again.
Aces and nines.
They're
Aces and sevens.
TNA is in such a bind. It's either they refresh the roster, keep guys that have paid their dues and can stay longer, and just throw away people. Why the fuck do they have King Mo still on the fucking roster?
He's in,
What happened? What happened to the fucking Spike TV deal with Rampage Jackson and Tito Ortiz? All of these have been dropped. TNA has been constantly changing the card, has been doing all this stuff.
No, the thing with Rampage and Tito was Bellator was doing.
What happened exactly? Because I can't really remember.
Bellator
They just gave up?
No, Bellator told them for being quote unquote too physical. I don't know.
What did they fucking do?
They got into a couple brawls in factions, and they got into a couple faction brawls on Impact.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it was because of TNA's fan base being up in arms because they signed two MMA guys, or if it was actually Bellator's doing. But that was the excuse why they weren't at the pay-per-view tonight.
I'm very interested to see if TNA hires more people in the next coming months. If not, then...
Well, guess what? They have to make money first.
Well, they should already have some money left over if they're going to not re-sign Hogan again.
They'll end up re-signing Hogan.
And I hope to God that Anderson isn't going to be signed again, but apparently he's already been signed.
Actually, I haven't heard anything about that.
I've heard something that he was ready to get back in either Bound for Glory or this coming Thursday.
Well, he wasn't there tonight.
So we'll see what happens on Thursday then.
It's Tommy Dreamer. Sabu is just, it's a surprise appearance.
And AJ Styles versus Bully Ray.
A very lackluster main event until the end.
It was. The only thing that came out of this match that I thought was great was Styles' flippy shit, and he went through the announce table.
Oh my fucking god.
That looks sick.
Styles, you need your chest to move. Stop doing that. Jesus Christ.
It looked like that fucking hurt. And the fact that he was able to do that move 2 more times later on in the fucking match, props to AJ.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it probably did hurt. Because unlike WWE, they don't have their monitors. They can't take their monitors out of the tables.
Yeah.
The TVs are actually in the tables.
Well, no, it wasn't the announce table. It was the table where the bell and...
Oh, well, I thought it was the announce table.
No, it was the table with the ring announcer and 2 other people sat at for some reason.
So that's why that table was sitting there.
Yeah. Because it was... Obviously... Because it wasn't announced here, because obviously there was only one at this table.
Oh, my God.
And Taz was going to push... it's probably just going to push Bully out of the way anyway.
Okay. So, AJ wins. New TNA champion. Dixie's crying. She doesn't like it. This, that. What was succeeded in this entire... Like, what came out of this fucking show. Not a lot of things were accomplished.
Pain.
Okay, AJ's the new TNA champion.
Suffering.
Okay, so what's the fucking deal? Like, all Dixie did was freak out when AJ won, and nothing happened. The sky didn't fall. What I like about WWE, their finishes are thought out. When Punk won the championship, he fucking left through the crowd, and he wasn't gonna fucking come back. That's what was so great about that match. And I felt they could have done this with the AJ Styles, They could have had him go defend the TNA belt in some indie corporations for a little bit.
Well,
It felt like they were missing a lot. There wasn't anything on the line. That's what it felt.
The story is AJ doesn't have a contract.
Well, no, he didn't have a contract if he won or
No,
if he lost.
he didn't have a contract going into the match.
How is that possible?
They even explained it on TV in a promo.
I thought if he lost, I think that's what he said. If he lost, then that's when then he leave the company.
It was probably the stipulation if he lost, he probably couldn't wrestle in the company ever again. But they had AJ Styles cut on a promo on 2 weeks back to back that he didn't have a contract. Leading up to the match.
Yeah, they did, actually.
It was his version of the Summer of Punk promo.
Yeah. So that's that's there's really no other word to put it. I'm exhausted from that pay-per-view. I'm tired out. I just sat through 4 hours worth of fucking TNA. And what did I get out of it? Lackluster finishes and an awkward show at the end. I don't know. It wasn't worth it. And I was kind of excited. Going into it, I was kind of excited. I wanted to see if something would happen to TNA. All this news about TNA losing money, TNA not being able to do house shows because they have no money for it, not being able to do live shows anymore, they can't be on the road, they can't do this and that. For being their big WrestleMania show, I was kind of waiting to see if there would be any announcements, anything new, anything groundbreaking. Nothing was accomplished. Nothing was brought new to the table. We just get a new talent and a new champion. What is that any different from any other TNA pay-per-view? What does that separate from anything else that we've already seen? They couldn't have made this show special. They just had to fuck it up from the beginning.
Yep.
Pisses it fucking off.
I'm gonna just quickly go through what match ending should have happened. Ego should have won the belts, full stop. The tag titles.
Yeah.
Saban should have probably won the Ultimate X match, but in a much more impressive way.
Oh yeah, definitely. They shouldn't have used the ladder. The ladder should not have been present. That should have been a legitimate Ultimate X match. I should have seen people climbing those ropes, doing some flippy crazy shit. You didn't get any of that.
Yeah, Gail Kim. I'm not going to change the Knockouts match because that's fine.
I was fine with it.
Rude should have beaten Angle by submission.
Yeah.
But Angle shouldn't have tapped, he should have passed out. Because then you can continue that feud. Like, Rude's unhappy they didn't make Angle tap, the ref had to stop the match. North should have been Ethan Carter.
Oh. No. We'll see if we see anything from Norv. If he got a good reception, I think he got a pretty good reception from the crowd. Especially from people online, they were loving Norv.
It's like, this was a jobbers match. This was watching Ethan Carter debut and put on this move. And what I got from that is, Norv should be hired and Hardy should be fired, and then you can have Norv instead of Hardy.
If TNA need to not take themselves seriously if they want to see any progress.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to book it and have fun about what they're booking. Because if you're fun, you're doing things different creatively. It changes the entire product, but I don't know. The future's looking grim for TNA right now.
Mm-hmm.
No. As long as the matches are good, it doesn't matter how much money you're bringing in.
God.
Like,
Those TNA marks get on your nerves, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Are you still going against people on Twitter?
No. I'm not on Twitter.
Mike,
It's your fault that you started those fights, anyways.
do you want to hug this out, Mike?
Huh?
Do you want to hug this out?
No.
Hug it out.
It's not the company's fault they're losing money, guys.
It's everybody else's fault.
As long as the product is good, it's all that matters.
It's people like Wesley's fault for not watching the tape for you.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, it is. I'll take that blame.
Dude, the one picture, the entire section was empty.
Yeah, that's not
The entire half of the arena was empty.
that's not impressive.
That's not good.
Nope.
When
They
you,
should They should definitely be going to arenas that they know they can fill out.
no, what they need to do is promotion.
Oh yeah, that too. No, I think there was zero promotion for it.
How can you go months without promoting new WrestleMania? Come on.
Why don't they have a sign like a WWE had, starting from like Royal Rumble?
It costs too much money. It costs too much money.
Then fuck it. Go on to TNA.
Fucking
Bring
YOLO
the-
swag.
But yeah, seriously, it was what 4 months in between Slammiversary and Bound for Glory. Promote.
I'm just hoping that we're going to see a different company from TNA. Okay. I'm done talking about TNA. I'm tired. Let's talk
Yay.
about some news.
Let's talk about SmackDown.
I didn't watch SmackDown, actually.
I did.
Whoa,
It was
whoa.
rather good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Greg, before you go,
What?
don't get on anybody else for not watching NXT or Ring of Honor or anything else because you didn't watch SmackDown.
Sir, if you remember, I was very drunk on Saturday, and I was very drunk on Friday.
I'm flipping you off right now. You just can't see it.
And I never miss a SmackDown, just like I never miss a Raw. And I do still plan on watching it before the next SmackDown.
I'm flipping you off right now. And you
So,
can't
Mike,
see it.
suck my big, fat cock. Alright, let's talk about some news.
His big fat Mexican burrito.
Mike, how are you feeling that your TNA tapings is canceled in Baltimore? You were so excited and you wanted to go.
I was.
And
I
got
was
canceled.
really,
Mike is
I was really
Mike is
excited.
so sad he's cutting himself. Another piece of cake.
He wanted to be part of the quarter-filled arena.
Yep, I'm going to be part of those 30 people on the hard side of the camera. So I can look over the other side and see nothing but blue seats. It'd be
Yep.
great.
And so whenever you call people with no talent, they hear you so they can go beat you up.
Yeah, yep, they go to the back and cry. They also canceled the Texas and Tennessee tapings too.
Speaking about SmackDown, John, maybe you can shine a little light on this topic. It's being reported that WWE used Tyson Kidd and Ricardo Rodriguez for the El Locals characters to face Los Matadores on SmackDown.
Oh, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Was that a couple weeks?
That was quite a while ago, Greg. But
Was
yeah,
it?
those
Why
those
can't
two.
Ricardo Rodriguez wrestle?
Because WWE are idiots.
Because I actually
I-
like his wrestling.
I would shell money out to see El Locales or whatever it is now.
El Locals.
Because it had ES at the end of it at one stage.
Yeah, it's El Locales.
Be
El
a legitimate
Locals.
tag team.
I don't fucking know.
Because Ricardo and Tyson Kidd worked really well together. In their 3-minute squash of being squashed, they had charisma more than Los Matadores.
Yeah. How you guys liking the Los Matadores gimmick? You guys fond about it?
No.
It's alright,
Just-
I guess.
I
Not
love it.
SmackDown.
It
You're
seems
loving
like
it?
outside-
I'm really like At first I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking stupid. It's like, oh, they're matadors and they wrestle. Okay. First two matches, I was like, I fucking love this. I'm really enjoying these guys' wrestling. It's just...
They're great. I fucking love them too. I've always been a big fan of Primo and Epico, even though they were stale. Stale charisma-wise. They are excellent in the ring.
It almost feels like the little midget in the bull costume's the main focus.
Well, of course. But
Well, I mean, even so, it's like
Fucking headbutt his head cauldron and balls.
they should be equal parts, you know. But it feels like the little midget's kind of stealing more thunder than
okay.
he should.
I disagree with you for one thing. How the Matadors are dressed. They are exactly the same. The only difference is one of them is taller than the other. So, having them be on the same level, you would have to make them look completely different. Or at least kind of change the coloring. Make one have different color than the other. So it's easier to distinctly tell between them. But rather than that, they are exactly the same. It's more of kind of like it's a straight out gimmick tag team. They're, you know.
I mean the mascot's kind of stealing a little bit more from them.
Okay, fine. There's been a lot of tag teams that were overshadowed by managers / valets. What's his name?
Jimmy
Bobby
Hart?
the Brain. No, Bobby the Brain Heenan would do that all the fucking time. He'd overshadow anybody he was managing. Guess what? They still looked good.
AW was overshadowing Primetime Players up until he got fired.
Yeah. I think El Torito it's going to bring more attention to the Los Matadores.
Yeah.
I think that's the positive.
Honestly, like what I want out of this, I want a resurgence of the midget division. I want it so bad. Because I remember...
Love you, Wesley.
I remember when they had like all the little miniature versions of people, and it was the greatest fucking thing ever.
Can we have a dwarf division? That's
yes.
underused.
Little dinky belt too.
The midget belt.
Yes, because the regular sized people belts would be way too big.
No, it'd be more hilarious watching him try to carry around the full size belt. And then try to do a belt spot with it.
Let's talk about some other news.
Anything else in SmackDown you want to know about?
Fucking... Oh, man. Former TNA talent Jesse Sorensen debuting in Ring of Honor very soon. If you remember Jesse Sorensen, he broke his neck and TNA fired him.
And that's his only relevance ever.
Yep. So, yeah, he's going to be wrestling for the first... Who is he wrestling? I think he's saying Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Jesse Sorensen is wrestling in Ring of Honor, Mike.
I thought he wasn't medically cleared.
Nope, he's wrestling.
He'll never be medically cleared.
Nope.
He's like Edge. If he takes a bump, he's gonna die.
Sorensen will step into the ring against one of the most intense wrestlers, not just in Ring of Honor, but likely in the entire wrestling world, the Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh, guess what? He gonna die.
And Ciampa says what Jesse Sorensen has accomplished, which is, what did he accomplish? Overcoming a neck injury? Is inspiring. So yeah.
He's accomplished nothing.
He overcame a career-ending injury and looked everyone who told him he'd never again in the eye and proved them all wrong. Whatever. So
That's cool.
Happening.
It's like Daniel Bryan, like...
What?
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 Are you gonna finish that sentence, or are you just gonna... It's like...
Everybody told him he couldn't do something, and he did it.
Well, to be fair, Daniel Bryan never had a broken neck.
Yeah.
I'm sure if he had a broken neck, it'd make his Cinderella story all that.
He's no Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He won a gold medal with a freaking broken neck.
Kurt Angle broke his neck. You guess where he stores his fucking steroids now? In his fucking neck. Okay.
Like a little Pez dispenser.
It's clear that It's being reported that the former TNA Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion Mr. Anderson is currently finalizing a new deal with TNA that could end up returning at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, or perhaps the Impact tapings after the pay-per-view. Anderson revealed that to Forth and Payne that he and his lawyers were finalizing the details for his new contract. Well, we got another fucking Anderson run in TNA. Great.
Oh,
I wish he would go to like ROH or something, because I really like him and I want to see him used better.
I used to like Ken Anderson, but then
I'd rather he be Kennedy.
Yeah.
I slowly lost interest in Anderson.
If he goes to Ring of Honor, can Mike Bennett pile driver him on the apron?
Yes.
Yes.
It is being reported that Richie Steamboat, son of WWE Hall of Famer Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, may not be able to return to action after his back injury. He's been recovering for some months now and is still under contract with WWE, but his future is uncertain. Sucks because when I first saw Richie Steamboat, he was a lot like his dad. He just probably had better charisma.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. in peace.
So I
might
do
not
hope
be.
that Ricky Steamboat can make it.
Ricky Steamboat?
Or Richie, sorry.
Ricky Steamboat can't wrestle anymore.
It's being reported that WWE CEO Triple H wants to rebuild the WWE Tag Team division. He's looking at several talents from NXT to call up to the main roster, and also wants to use the current WWE superstars who are underutilized. Two names that are being tossed around right now are Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd.
Well, they were a tag team before Gabriel got hurt.
Personally, I would put Justin Gabriel with his former partner, who is now in WWE NXT, Leo Kruger, as a tag team. Call them, like, the kings of the African jungle or some shit like that.
What?
I don't know. Something that accent. Because they're both from South Africa. And they used to be tag team partners at one time.
Great, do you see what's going to happen now?
What?
We're going to get an Adrian Neville call up.
Why?
Big tag division.
He's not going to be there
tag worker.
He's not going to be in the tag division. Adrian Neville's going to come up single. He's not ready to get brought up, honestly. I think he's going to stay... I think he's going to fucking win the NXT championship, at least in the next year.
Hopefully.
So I don't see Adrian Neville getting brought up too soon. But Ascension, I can see Ascension getting brought up, and I can see Enzo and Big Cass getting brought up.
Does this mean we might also see Hunico used?
I hope so. I really hope
Jesus
so.
Christ. Why is the person playing Sin Cara that guy and not Hunico?
I don't know.
I could do with more Justin Gabriel in my life.
Because
only Justin Gabriel had Killface on.
Yeah.
the thing with Sin Cara, there's nobody to compliment his wrestling ability. I have said this over and over and over again.
But Mike,
It's also because he doesn't know anybody else's style. Of course, he never got the chance to learn it, but...
It's both ways. Sin Cara has no one to wrestle, and Sin Cara doesn't know how to wrestle American style. But you know what? I put more blame on Sin Cara for not learning the American style.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hire, 13, 14 guys that know Sin Cara's style just to get him over. It's a waste of money, especially if you're not going to use any of the other guys for jack shit.
Cruiserweight division.
That's still on the fucking... speaking of the Cruiserweight division, we could talk about this, I guess. Word going around is that WWE officials currently feel like they're... Okay.
You're right there?
The word going around is that WWE officials currently feel like they have enough physically smaller wrestlers and that they need to focus on signing more big guys moving forward. Unless WWE officials are very impressed by the smaller talent, they most likely won't be signed.
Should not be NFL players.
They are also looking. They are also looking to avoid signing too many Ring of Honor talents right now.
Ooh.
WWE officials reportedly feel like guys from the indie circuit who are well known and have somewhat of a cult following tend to come in with some bad attitude and almost don't seem to care whether or not they make it in the WWE because they can always go back to the indie circuit and make a decent living, especially after they've gotten exposure in WWE. WWE officials want to find indie talents who are dedicated to WWE and want to spend the rest of their careers in WWE and nowhere else. Also, I'd like to note that Triple H is looking to hire up to 30 new guys in the next 2 months. That's what was being reported. Now, I'm not sure if any of you know how many people are in actual developmental. There's about 60 people, around 60 people currently signed to a developmental contract.
Yeah.
And they are looking to add 30 more people to that list. There will be more people in developmental than there are in the main roster.
Jesus Christ. And this is why NXT needs to go to 2 hours.
Yeah. There are too many. They're going to be producing more talent than they could put on TV. Is essentially what I'm saying.
Huh.
It's crazy. Never in WWE's history have they had these kind of numbers of developmental people. It's outstanding. But the people who they're hiring are god awful. I can understand why they probably don't want too many indie talents in there. Like, imagine if Sami Zayn gets over, they're gonna have these random Olay chants constantly happening in the fucking WWE arena.
Okay.
So they're not gonna really make sense to a lot of people. But it's better to hire guys who know their craft than people who you're going to have to train from the bottom to the top. Because the guys who have the years of experience get injured less. The guys who have only been wrestling for a couple years, a year or two, and who come from a different background like football or weightlifting, they get injured a lot more on a regular basis because they don't know how to take the bumps as perfectly as a lot more people who have the craft perfect and set. So perfect. It depends on if WWE wants to sign guys who are more injury prone or if they want to sign smaller, talented people who will get injured less. Are you gonna hire people for their aesthetic look, or are you gonna hire them for their talent? That's all WWE needs to focus on.
I prefer they hire them for their talent.
But here's the thing. If you look at any of the guys who WWE's been hiring, they look all the same. I cannot distinctly tell between one person from the other. And the guys who I feel are going to actually succeed are guys who are from the independent circuit because they have a different look. A lot of these guys that they're hiring are like all-American football people, amateur wrestlers who are like 19, 20 years old, very young kids, not a lot of experience, they're all just white, mid-country kids. That's what they look like. They all look exactly the same, just with a lot of muscle mass on them. So
they're cookie cutter. That's what it is. They're cookie cutter.
Yeah, they're cookie cutters. A lot of them are cookie cutters. You're getting that same vibe that you got like back in 2008 when you had a lot of cookie colored talent on WWE.
Yeah.
So, while I don't feel a lot of these guys are actually going to make it to the main roster, there's a lot of them already in developmental that I feel a couple of them are going to slip through the cracks and get on top. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that.
Giggity.
Why don't WWE just fucking sign Marty Scurll yet?
I don't know.
He's a UK wrestler. He was the one that faced Hiroshi.
Yeah, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Why can't he just
go? He is immense.
Why can't he just go after Prince Devitt and then have the dream Prince Devitt CM Punk match?
If they're still looking at Devitt, I hope they bring him in. Big E is going to be getting a big push soon.
Yes.
A big push.
Yay!
It's being reported that John Cena is Big E Langston's biggest supporter backstage, and now that Cena is back, look for Big E to receive a renewed push on television. For those who have not read the spoilers, Big E was involved in a big angle at SmackDown's tapings. WWE has implemented what is being referred to as a morality clause when signing new talents to a contract. Oh, this is different news.
Can I talk about Big E?
It's being said that the person, if the person has inappropriate photos, videos, or anything else that can be found online, WWE will not sign them to a deal. The person actually has to agree to sign to a contract that states that no such material can be found, but if they are lying and WWE find it, then not only will they be released, but they'll be shunned from the company.
There's probably a grandfather clause.
What does that mean?
It means they're grandfathered in. Like, say Trish, she wouldn't be affected by it because she was in the company before it was implemented.
I guess. But no more Playboy models is what I'm taking from that.
Well, most of Playboy models were set up by WWE, so they can't really go back on that.
No, I'm talking about people who posed in Playboy previously.
Before this clause got put into effect, or afterwards?
I'm talking about just in their lives. They can't hire any more Playboy people who like Maurice. She posed for Playboy before joining the WWE.
Okay, and that was before this clause was put into effect.
I understand. You're not understanding. They can't hire those people anymore.
We're never going to have a Maurice Playboy again.
Yeah, we're never going to have any more Playboy people because they can't be hired.
That's a shame.
The PG era is ruining everything.
Exactly.
Curse that Johnson.
You're alive.
I don't know. I think that's it for the fucking news.
Can we talk about the Big E face turn on SmackDown?
Sure.
That was probably the most natural a face turn has felt in a while.
Is it? What happened? Essentially.
Punk beats Langston cleanly.
Okay.
Heyman comes out and says something along the lines of, "You beat a reasonably professional upcomer that doesn't know the trade yet," like insulting Big E. Then Ryback and Axel hit the ring, beating up Punk. Punk gets space between them. Then Langston enters the ring. And there's the pause of you don't know if Langston's going to attack Punk, because obviously he's a heel, or if he's going to get revenge on Heyman guys. And he just beats down Kurt Axel.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he tries to go after Paul Heyman. So, expect to see in the future a Kurt Axel Big E Langston match.
Well, I mean, when it was announced a while ago that they were going to try to make SmackDown a lot more stronger, writing-wise, it looks like they're doing that.
Yep.
Very strong right now.
Like,
which is great because, like, why would anybody watch SmackDown? Because all you saw with SmackDown were rematches from Raw.
Yeah.
There was also a tag match on SmackDown. There was a really good tag match on SmackDown, and it had the Wyatt family in it, which I was happy about.
Alright.
They faced Miz and Kofi Kingston.
Ooh.
AKA, storylines got developed on SmackDown.
Awesome.
Like during the Big E turn, like it was so awesome because he gets him out of the ring, and Big E is standing on the outside of the ring yelling at Paul Heyman, "Who's the rookie now?" And it's just like you're just like, holy shit, he's going after him.
I guess last bit of news, and then we'll end the show.
Yeah.
Well,
the WWE Network is probably going to be debuting early next year. And yet another update on the status of the WWE Network. WWE is hoping to finally have it launched in early 2014, possibly in February. The Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is in February, and there is some talk that it might be launched the day after the pay-per-view. So they're going to try to want to build up to WrestleMania and have people buy it so they can watch WrestleMania.
well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's good, I may pay for it. What do you guys... If the network is... If they have a lot of good shows, I mean, I'm not sure what their whole programming is going to be. I bet you they're going to be adding a lot of the WWE library to it.
Yeah.
Old WCW shows hosted by fucking Booker T and Kevin Nash.
And Scott Steiner.
And Scott Steiner.
He's fat.
He's fat.
Young host, all of them.
Big pop pump.
I want bedtime with Renee Young.
Give it a
That's what I
fucking
personally want. And her first guest to be AJ Lee, but
Yes.
can't
Alright,
get
rip your
what you
clothes
want.
and get in the bed.
Have a PG pillow fight. Oh.
I'll take.
Live sex celebration.
I got a question. How would a PG pillow fight work?
Just hit each other with pillows.
Yeah, let's hit each
Make
other
out.
with pillows.
Make out of it.
Yeah.
That's not PG.
Why is that not PG?
Because it's not.
Teenagers
God,
do
it's
it all the
Fine,
time.
it's fine.
It's a weighted pillow. It's a weighted pillow.
So yeah, I guess that's it for the fucking news. Let's end the show so we can go on our merry way.
Where we go?
Pop, flop, and botch. Let's do it, everybody. Woo! All right. John, starting with you. Your pop, flop, and botch, sir.
My pop goes to Eric Young and his beard.
His beard was almighty.
Oh, my flop goes to Bound for Glory 2013. My botch goes for TNA for some bizarre reason managing to keep AJ Styles not having a title match for a year clause all the way up until 11 months in.
Well, I tried bringing that up the last time on here, and y'all said it was a full year.
No, it's 11 months. It's
Has it been 11 months? I thought he lost the
in
opportunity.
November.
He lost the opportunity at Turning Point last November. No, it was Turning Point.
Oh,
Last November. And the stipulation was he could not go after the world title for a full year if he lost that match, because it was him, Rude, and Storm. And the step was the guy who got pinned could not challenge for the world title for a full year. And Styles was the one who ended up losing.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The stipulation is, and I will copy and paste it into the chat, is that
as a result of Styles being pinned, he is not eligible to compete for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship until Bound for Glory 2013.
It was good.
so I want to change my botch because I botched up. My botch is John J. Hedges
No,
for being such an idiot.
Your botch can still go to that for them making it that predictable.
No, that's not.
Because once he got thrown into the Alpha Glory series, he knew he was winning.
Up until
Again, Mike, it doesn't. Not everything. If it's just because it's predictable doesn't mean it's terrible.
Well,
As long as it plays out well, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it.
well, we all know it didn't. We all know it didn't play out that well because they had to cut it short.
Okay, sure, but you gotta stop saying that predictability is fucking shit terrible.
But the minute AJ Styles was announced for Bound for Glory 2013, it's like, oh yes, this is going to be good. Styles is going to win. He's going to be the one that takes down this as an 8. I don't care how predictable it is. Don't swerve me. Just have it be nice and straight. And then they tried to swerve me with Dixie Carter.
LOL.
Dixie!
Wesley, pop up and botch.
Let's see. My pop goes to Biggie Langston for his turn this week on SmackDown. It was freaking awesome. My flop goes to, of course, TNA because of all their superb decisions.
Yellow swag.
420 Blaze it. And my botch has to go to. Man, this was a really tough decision. Actually, no, it wasn't. It goes to Strike. Because he's fucking.
Man, it is a really tough. Oh wait, no, it isn't. Who's next? Ryan, pop up and botch.
Let's see. My pop goes to AJ and Tamina for winning the Knockouts Championship tonight. My flop goes to Twitter for getting worked over a kayfabe news story about Eddie Guerrero faking his death. And my botch goes to the guy who ran into the power surge or power thingy and knocked out power to everyone's houses in my neighborhood.
How long has the power been out?
It was out. I still don't have any lights. I only have internet and power to like my TV, and that's about it. So it's been out for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh shit.
GG.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just sitting in darkness.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, so you have something in common with Jimmy.
But you're on your computer, right?
Yeah.
Give me
Everything
this
else,
darkness.
the lights just won't come on.
Oh, okay.
So you have something in common with Jimmy. Now he's what it's like to be a black
Jimmy
man.
could be right next to you and you don't even know it.
Nope.
I just realized that this show's already fucking an hour and 20 minutes in, so we're just gonna fucking hurry up and end
Why
it.
do you complain about the time limit every
Well,
time?
because it's weird, because ever since we brought in, like, John and Wesley, the shows have gone a lot longer than they ever have. Like, I think in the past 6 months, our shows have been, like, 45 to maybe breaking an hour.
You
Now,
were complaining back then.
Now in the past month, we've been doing, like, an hour, 20-minute shows like crazy. I was like, fuck,
Okay.
surprising. Okay, sorry.
At least we're not doing 2-hour shows like we used to do.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Guys,
that was not
Those
fun.
were the best.
Those were not fun. You weren't here when we were doing 2-hour shows.
No, first couple times I was here, we did 2-hour shows.
No,
Wesley,
The very first show, it was almost
let's
3
stop doing a
hours.
blow-by-blow account SmackDown right
oh,
now.
but that first show was fun because
What?
people were just cracking jokes left and right.
And
Now we're a shell of our former self.
You are not
We
doing
sold
a,
out. We sold
are.
out.
We did.
Hold on.
You guys are not doing a blow-by-blow of SmackDown for the next show. That's not happening.
The one?
They're gonna do commentary for SmackDown on the next show, he said.
Yeah, we are.
I'll let you do it. Fuck it.
I get to be JBL.
All right.
They can talk in the they can talk in the background while we're doing the show.
Shut up.
I'll be
Statistically-
Renee Young and just masturbating in the corner. So
Oh
Shut up,
my
Cole.
god.
find me.
Shut up, Cole.
Statistically, 99% of my statistics are statistically correct.
Pretty sure that's right.
Vintage JBL!
Okay,
By God.
strike.
Yeah.
Pop on the botch.
I'm Mike Adamley.
My pop is that I miss TNA, my flop is TNA, and my botch is TNA.
All right. Mike.
My pop goes to AJ winning the World Heavyweight title. My flop goes to Bound for Glory as a whole, because it was very subpar. And my botch goes to 60% of the crowd being absent. Just go look at all the pictures on Twitter. They tell the
Was it a
story.
crowd? They call that a crowd?
I guess.
You
Oh,
also need
and,
Mike's other segment.
and
I think.
my other botch goes to TNA canceling 3 out of the next 5 cities to tape in Orlando. They're gonna go tape in Salt Lake City, and they apparently, according to John, they saved the tapings in Philly at the end of December, but they erased the tapings in Texas, Tennessee, and Maryland.
Texas is one of the ones you wouldn't want to cut.
Huh?
Texas isn't one of the ones you'd want to cut. They would actually turn up. and
Mike's
take the
angry
ticket.
because he
Corpus
can't go
Christi.
to it.
Corpus
I
Christi.
wanted to go to it. I was all excited.
I could tell.
I'm not gonna lie. If they had a show here in Indiana, I'd drive to it. I would. You know?
I went to the show they had here in Vegas, and Hulk Hogan came out and said, "Brother, dude," like 5 times, and that was the only highlights of the show.
Well, it's possible.
Did he actually just come out and say that?
He was just like, "Dixie Carter, brother, dude," and that was about it.
Well, it's possible.
Just like-
It's possible. It's possible they could. It's possible they could turn their shows into house shows. But I don't want to go to a house show. I've already been to a TNA house show. It was good, but still.
It's probably better than the actual thing.
Well, most house shows are actually better than what you see on
Okay,
TV.
let's
This is
fucking
TNA,
let's move on.
Well,
Jonesy, pop, flop, and botch.
My pop is for AJ winning. My flop is, let's see, the whole pay-per-view because it was just boring as all hell. We never gave scores for it, did we?
We don't give scores anymore.
We don't?
Well,
We give high fives.
Yes.
Well, this one doesn't get.
we
This one
never
gets a
gave
finger
scores.
then.
This one,
Eh,
this one
It
gets
only
a
gets
finger.
a one finger high five.
the one finger salute.
I
And
give
my
it
botch,
one nub.
One nub.
I give it an ignore.
You get one stub out of two.
And my botch goes to Rockstar because they don't know how to manage GTA Online.
You.
Because GTA sucks. How many times do I have to fucking say it?
You're just whining because you don't have it for the
You're
PS4.
jelly.
Why would I want it for the PS4? That's even
You've been complaining that it wasn't on there for the longest time.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? Oh, the PS4. I thought you were fucking talking about the PS3. I was like, what the fuck?
You retard.
Are you high already?
No, but I'm gonna be a little bit high after the fucking show. That's why I want it to end.
We don't condone drug use on this program.
This is a PG program.
They don't. You could call me
Oh,
up
my leg.
anytime. I don't really fucking give a shit. Okay, my pop goes. I have a couple pops. My one pop goes to the sexual dreams I have about AJ Lee and Renee Young.
You.
The ripeness of those.
Uh,
The ripeness of those dreams is getting
Ugh.
crazy.
That
My other
ass.
pop goes to I just found
he's overrated.
I just found a subreddit of Bill Cosby gifs, so that's what I've been looking at for the past half hour of the show. I just had the biggest smile on my face for like this other half. It's fucking
Put
the
in
greatest.
Is it just him in his sweater?
It's just gifs of Bill Cosby
Is
doing
he giving
shit.
people Cosby sweaters?
You could probably find one.
Oh, I love this.
Oh God.
My flop goes to the entire TNA pay-per-view. I don't know. It just wasn't great. And, my botch goes to Jimmy for suddenly leaving me last night, even though we were not done.
He passed out.
Gay.
I bet he did.
He finished first.
Gay.
Oh my.
Ugh.
And that's
Oh,
it for the
yeah.
Archivist podcast.
Oh.
Okay, so thank you everybody for joining us for Archive Wrestling Podcast. You can always catch us on, when are we doing the next show? Sunday again?
Sunday.
Didn't we say this was going to be a
Oh, wait, no.
prediction
No, wait.
show?
We have the Hell in a Cell prediction show this week to do.
Yeah, we'll record
because
that.
the rest of the card's not finished.
We'll record that either Monday or Tuesday, depends on when the matches are announced. They should be announcing a couple more matches.
I think we should do it Wednesday because we'll have to wait for the SmackDown tapings.
Why not we just do it Thursday when we're doing wrestling night?
It depends on how long what matches.
I
you
don't think I
pick.
can stand you guys for more than 6 or 7
I
hours.
thought we were watching NXT for wrestling night.
We are doing NXT and Ring of Honor for wrestling night.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't we just do it tomorrow night?
Because we need to figure out how many matches are actually announced.
Yeah, there's only
There's
three
only
matches
3
for the
matches
pay-per-view.
on, and I'm not doing a prediction show if the predictions aren't.
Yeah, we gotta wait for all the SmackDown results to come out.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes that takes a while.
We're done. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Ah.
It's close.